I'm pretty sure so far you've heard a lot about Hermes Agent, how it can help you in your repetitive tasks, easily learn from you, it can have its own skills, it never forgets how it solves problems. I'm not really going to explain what exactly Hermes Agent does. We are going to talk about how you can have it 24/7, that you can have it everywhere. You don't need to carry your laptop wherever you go because it has its own sub agents, that it has its own set of skills, it has its own memory. It can also help you in your own career, that it can send you news related to your job. And this connection is actually pretty easy. Here you can WhatsApp, email, Slack, and Telegram. And we are going to set it up how we can have this cool agent for us that is going to help us grow as it grows with us. So let's go. We want to install Hermes Agent somewhere, let's say, that is 24/7 available. So wherever you go, you have it on your server, and your communication way with it is going to be through Telegram. At least we are going to touch on that platform. For this video, we're going to see how we can connect the model. Well, Hermes Agent is actually set of some tools, but you need to connect it to like an AI model that does the thinking for you. For that, we are going to go through 9router, how we can connect it to 9router and use this amazing tool together. First thing that we are going to set up is going to be our server. My idea is that you gotta find the cheapest one that at least has the 2 GB RAM. The one that I found was IONOS. I think they were actually having a fair price in terms of the ones that I checked out. But you also need to pay attention that this is for a year. You can buy one of these packets, but I got this one which gives you for 3 months for €1, and then after that is like 4 euros actually. 4 euros, but you have a contract for a year. So after you bought your VPS, you're gonna get an email, and then you have access to your own control panel. But to have access to your server, there are different methods. So your platform most of the time has this remote console that you can have access, talk to your server, and write the codes there, but you can see it's very rudimentary. What I would recommend is to download a software that gives you the access to your server. So the one that we are going to use in this video is called Termius. And it helps you to get connected to your server very easily, and it's very straightforward. So after you download it, you've got your IP number over here. We're going to just copy it, bring it back to our Termius. And then next you are going to need your user. We're just gonna enter that, and also your initial password. So you enter these here, and then you just simply click on connect. All right, so we got it run, and you can see now you've got your server over here. It's running, and you can talk to it immediately. The first thing that you gotta do is to change your password, because your initial password is something random, and you gotta change your password. So you're just gonna go and bash pass WD, and then it asks you for a new password. Oh, by the way, you're not gonna see those, so don't think that you're not entering anything. It's just part of the system. And then after that, your password is updated and it's all good. The next thing you want to do is update and upgrade your server. There is this like friendly or uncomplicated firewall that an Ubuntu server kind of like provides for you, which is going to close all the connections that are not SSH, that they are not initiated by you. And then you're just gonna say yes, and then you see the firewall is active and enabled on our system. And the last thing that you gotta do is, which is optional, is changing your username, which, as I said, 99% of the time whenever you buy a server, the username is going to be root. So it's like too obvious. If anybody wants to attack or let's say hack your server, they're just gonna immediately try your username as root. All right, so we're going to the second step, which is installing Hermes on your VPS. We're gonna copy it from their official website, go back to our Termius, and just copy it here. After we installed Hermes on our VPS, we're going to the next level, which is deploying 9 router. Just imagine that your Hermes agent is connected to a model. Whenever you are running like a heavy task and it just eats all your tokens, your Hermes is gonna stop working. 9 router is going to solve this problem. So there is not only one provider that you are connecting your Hermes agent to it. You can have several providers that you can see here, that you can easily connect it to your Hermes agent through an API key. Whenever your tokens on one model finishes from one provider, it automatically switches on another one. Almost 22.5 thousand stars on GitHub. We're gonna just go with a quick setup. So as you saw, like Hermes has its own setup as well, and then at the end it's going to give you a link that you can go in, create your user account, and then sign up and kind of like vouch for one of these plans. But we're not gonna go through this, and we're gonna go with Control-C one time and just pass this. We are gonna keep it local, and we're gonna skip set up the messaging now. No, we're gonna skip it for now and then just come out of it. Next, we are going to download Docker, and then we are going to activate the Docker in the background so that updating, upgrading, or even resetting the server does not really annoy the Docker, and it's always running. We're gonna copy that code and then bring back if the Docker is installed correctly, and we are going to activate the Docker provider that is decolua, if I'm saying it correctly. I'm gonna actually thank Martin because of this code. I got the idea from him, so I think this is actually pretty cool. 2 things that you need to change over here is username. I'm going with Hos, and then my password, which I'm going to give. Okay, so we've got the 9 router running on our VPS, and then the next stage is going to be opening your 9 router on your VPS, and then set it up. Set the model up that is going to connect to your Hermes agent. Okay, so how we are going to run the 9 router on our VPS. So we are going to need our IP address, which was over here on your panel. You already have it, your IP address, and double point, and the port that 9 router is running is 2028. If you did that and it didn't work, it didn't bring you to the login page, what happens is that your server has its own firewall. IONOS has all of these ports that they are allowed to be used, but the 2028 was not. And you just add this role, and then simply you are going to get your 9 router login in this page. Okay, I'm going to give the password over here, and we're going to enter. All right, so we've got in, and now we're going to, okay, it looks a bit weird. What you need to do is just simply one time refresh it. Well, we have different providers over here, and you can simply choose any of them and get an API key and connect it to your Hermes agent and start using it. But there is one interesting point that you might notice. NVIDIA has 76 free endpoint models, which means that you can create an API key and have it simply connected to your Hermes agent and use it for free. That when you click on NVIDIA, it tells you that you need to get an API key. when you go to the NVIDIA, it requires you to actually create a cloud account, and then simply you can create an API. I'm just going through this. When you created your account, you're gonna see such a page, and basically you're not gonna see any of these keys or APIs, but you're gonna click on generate API key. You're gonna just give it a name, and I'm just gonna go and generate an API key. So whatever you got here, you're just gonna copy it, go back to your 9 router and click on add connection. You can just paste your API key. You can get it checked to see if it's valid or not, and then you're going to save this over here. Okay, so after we connected NVIDIA to our 9 router, we are going back and we are going to create an API key. We're just going to give it a name. I'm going to call it host. Create it, copy our API key, and we are going to set up our Hermes agent to connect to our 9 router through this endpoint and with the model that we want. All right, so for that, we are going to go back to Termius and then write Hermes model. Interesting that with H capital didn't work. That was the whole point, that we are not going to give just one API or like connect it to just one provider. We are going to give like a custom endpoint. So your API base URL, which we said it's over here, we are going to copy this, bring it back, paste it over here, and then our API key to be with the second one, which is the standard OpenAI compatible servers. We don't really want to have it customized, or we don't want to put it like on a auto detect because it might crash or something happens. Okay, well, as you can see, I had from previous time like other different models that I added here. So you come in the NVIDIA, which one that we just connected it, you just need one API key for this. But the models you can actually add on your own. So you're just gonna click on add model, and then you go back to your to the NVIDIA. I'm going to take DeepSeek. So I'm just gonna copy this, and I'm just gonna go and test it to see if it is connected or not. Yeah, okay, so model is reachable. Well, I'm gonna just continue with the model number 3, and the context length that I wanna give is going to be 1 million, for example. And just click, and the display name, I'm going to call it GLM 5.2. Okay, so it's saved, it's all good, and we have it connected. So if you want to try, we're just gonna call the Hermes, and then you can have the possibility to talk to your agent. It's the first time that we just run it. You can talk to it. You can see it's connected to JLM5. I'm going to say hi. Okay, so it answered us back. It took them 2 minutes. So I'm going to ask. It has different cool features that you can just search and like use it. Try it on your own and then see which one is useful for you. We are going to the gateway setting. Setup actually. Okay, we are going to the gateway setup to set our Telegram up. There are 2 choices, like automatic and manual. I would say maybe we can go with manual so it's easier to understand how you can do this. You're going to need 2 different things. One of them is your bot token. I'm gonna bring back Telegram. So in Telegram, you are going to need the bot fodder, which gives you the bot, and you can create it. So over here, you're just gonna click on open. You can see I already have 2. You're just gonna give it a name. Your bot name can be anything, but your username has to end. It must end with bot. Okay. I created this, and it gives you like an API key. You are going to copy that, going to add in your Termius. The next one that you are going to give to your Hermes agent is going to be who is allowed to text you and then get connected to you. For that, we need another channel called user info and get ID. Whenever you just click on start, it's going to give you, based on your user, an ID number, which is over here. And you're going to copy that ID number and giving it here. So start gateway now, and we're going to say yes. And automatically on login, and it's connected to your gateway, which I'm going to say yes. So the last question we are going to answer is that how you want the gateway to be running on the in the background. And I'm gonna say, like, whenever my user, which is root, is on, which basically we set up the Docker to be on all the time on our root username, because basically you can have different users on this Linux. Whenever that is on, I want this connection, this handshake, to be available through Telegram. The Hermes agent that we have over here is, you can connect to your Hermes agent over here. It also gives you a lot of / comments that you can have here. They are not all of them. Hi, I'm Jose. All right. And you see here, it says typing, so it's going to answer us. Okay, it seems like a lot of people are using GLM right now. It took 1 minute to answer us. Okay, so I think we have it for today. I hope you liked the video. Thanks a lot, and see you next time.